Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle, and it's time for another video game mystery unboxing! Right, Callie? Hi, how you doing? You decided to be curious and you wanted to see what I was up to, so you're going to be part of the video. Alright, as she runs off. So, here are the three packages that I have. There's a video game in each of them. And this is RPG centric. All of them are RPGs, which is my favorite type of video game, so I'm just really happy. One of these games I really wanted. I don't know actually which package it's in. The only one that I know which game right now, without unboxing them, is this one right here. And I know this because all three games are on Sony consoles or handhelds. And I know this one specifically because of the shape. So I don't know if you can guess, but it's a PSP game. So we're gonna start with this one and go through the other two. Now I did also have another package, but I believe this is just cables, and I'm not gonna show off cables. I'm gonna show off games, but by chance, the cables might be in this package. So we'll see. You might see the cables and I'll have to jump over to that one, but maybe you'll get 4 unboxings, I don't know. This one I know what it is. Now I don't think I'm gonna actually have to, yeah, I think I can just, maybe not. I thought I could open it a lot easier, apparently not. Probably shouldn't be aiming this towards myself. Yeah, so this first game is on the PSP, and it's an RPG that really has a few games on the PSP. Now the problem is that they're out of order. You know how kind of like how Final Fantasy, they have Final Fantasy 2 and 3 on the Super Nintendo, but it's actually Final Fantasy 4 and 6? Well, this is worse because they put out the sequel to this series. There's a trilogy, but there's more games than just the trilogy. But this specific trilogy, they started off with the first game, but the second game, and then they released the first game, and then they released the third game. But even as they were released as sequels, like 1, 2, and 3, they're in the time frame, they're also like really messed up. Like it's not like, you know, 20 years later in the second game, 20 years later in the third game. I think actually the second game or the third game is like a prequel. So it's just a whole sorts of like, I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, I have the one that was first released on the PSP. I think this is also maybe a launcher on the launch year of the PSP. So without further ado, it is Legend of Heroes: A Tear of Vermilion. Tier, I believe. So yeah, this game is actually the sequel, and then for whatever reason in North America, they put out the second one first, called it the first game, and then they have Legend of Heroes 2, which is actually the first one, and then Legend of Heroes 3. So I don't know why they decided to do that, but that's how they did it. And if by chance you played these games or know a little bit about them, should I go and pick out the second one, which is technically the first, and play that first and then play this one and then the third one? Or I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. At the moment, I'm going to start with this one. So that's all I'm saying for now. If you have played the series though, please let me know and I'll you know, adjust it possibly. Really weird that they did that. Like, I don't know why. And it's not like a huge deal though, because apparently there's like decades that go by, so you're not playing the same characters or anything, but you'll get references, I assume. From what I gather. Alright, so now the other two, because I don't know which one I'm going to be picking out first, they're both on the PlayStation 1. And I really got to beef up my PlayStation 1 games, because I used to have like 20, when the PlayStation first came out. Okay, I know what this game is now. So yeah, I'm glad that this is the second one. So anyway, the PlayStation 1, I had 20 games when it first came out. You know, it was my second console ever. The first one was my NES and then the PlayStation 1. And I had at least 20 games, and I sold them all to buy a PS2 and some PS2 games. I regret that. I'm trying to get back my collection from what I used to have, but I'm also trying to get other games that I've never owned or played even. This is one of them. And this game is, once again, a series of games by Squaresoft, and it's one disc. rated teen. And I honestly, I don't know that much about it. I know of the series. It's a specific series, but it's not really like, you know, Final Fantasy, they're not really related to each other. And this is even more so, like it's not even numbered like Final Fantasy 1, 2, or 3, anything like that. There's no number in them. It's just, it shares one of the words. Not a Tales game. So that's one that you could say, you know, the Tales series, but it's not the Tales series either. And my girlfriend really wanted this game. She loved it when she first played it. So I decided to give it a shot, and that is Legend of Mana. I know of the Mana series, like I've heard, you know, especially the Super Nintendo ones. And I looked at this and it looks pretty interesting. I really like the graphics in the back. Like, I just like the art style. Come on, focus. It looks really fun. And that right there, that to me looks, just as I was looking at it. Okay, that's the map. I was gonna say, it looks like a strategy RPG, but I don't think it is. Damn it, I really like strategy RPGs. Anyway, so Legend of Mana, really happy that I finally have that in my collection. I've known about it for a long time, but I've never played it, ever. And my girlfriend really raves about that game, so. All right, this thing is gigantic. And I'm really hoping that it's the game, and yeah, it can't be. So this game is the one that I really wanted. I've wanted this game for so long. It's probably since about, I didn't know about it when it first came out. I will say, as long as it doesn't show, the person did a pretty awesome job, you know, keeping this in a good condition, you know. Big giant bag and lots of styrofoam. This is gonna be a bitch to get out. Maybe not. Alright, so this game I wanted probably in the year 2000 is when I first heard about it. I don't even know what year this came out in. But it's once again part of a series of games, but this is so they have the regular series that aren't tied to each other, and then they have like a few games that kind of go out on their own, but they use like the same name, kind of in the same realm, not really, but they use the same name. Also by Squaresoft, also one disc. I know that it seemed like it was going to be like, you know, possibly one of those extra like 3-case or 4-case RPGs, but it's not. And this is one of the games, the top 10 games that I haven't played yet. I've wanted to play this for just so long. And speaking of earlier, I said I really like strategy RPGs. This is one of the best ones, apparently, and it just gets rave reviews. So that is Final Fantasy Tactics. I am so psyched to play this. I think that out of all RPGs, I don't know. Strategy RPGs are definitely up there. I like my old school turn-based ones, but strategy RPGs, I like it because in strategy RPGs you can have like a crazy amount of characters and you can still get engrossed with them because you're using them. You know, in Chrono Cross you get to use 3 characters and you have like an available 60. So you don't really get close to a lot of them. Whereas in these games, you know, they're all out on the battlefield. So I really like these kinds of games. I like having it, like, you know, it's a chess piece. I just really like, and also the graphics too, like the art style. I just like seeing, come on, focus, a bunch of small sprites running around. That's what I grew up with is these kinds of games with, you know, sprites running around in these really cool backgrounds that are just so medieval. It's just, oh my goodness. And Vivi is one of my favorite characters of all time, and it's not Vivi obviously, but black mages are in this game. Chocobos too. It's awesome. So I'm really happy to have this. And the background too, that's cool. Chocobos. I didn't look at Legend of Mana to see actually the quality of this, but yeah, really happy that I have now Legend of Heroes on the PSP, Legend of Mana, and Final Fantasy Tactics. So thank you all for watching, and if you have played this game, if you've played these other two, let me know what you thought of them. But I really want to know if I should be playing this game first, or if I should get the Legend of Heroes 2 and play that one first. So thank you all for watching. You've been bearded in.
Beardage.